Hello, fifth graders. Today for math, you are going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. You may also use your math notebook if you have it with you. We're going to practice a few problems as practice of mode, mean, median, and range. When we're done with this practice, you're going to take a picture of your work and you're going to either upload it to Seesaw or Google Classroom. Okay, let's get started and let's review what we learned on Sunday. So let's start with the easiest one, mode. Mode is just the number that you see most often in a data set. So on this example, we have the number 3 that repeats 3 times. So because it's the number that occurs the most, number 3 is the mode. Sometimes you will have more than one mode. For example, on this data set, we have number 2 that repeats twice, and we also have number 4. So in this data set, 2 and 4 would be the mode because they're both shown twice. There will also be times where you don't have a mode at all. So if I look at this data set, and we have 4, 7, 9, 10, 12, and 15. All the numbers are only shown once. So because none of them repeat, we do not have a mode in this scenario. Now let's move on to median. When we look at median, we always make sure that the numbers are in order from least to greatest. So if we look at the set, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 11, and 31. They are in order from least to greatest, so we can start. You start scratching them off from left to right. I have 3 numbers on the left, 3 numbers on the right that are scratched off, and I have number 6 right in the middle. So in this data set, number 6 is the median. Now you also learned that there will be times where 2 numbers will be in the middle. So in this scenario, because 6 and 7 are in the middle, you can decide what number falls right in between. So if I look at 6 and 7, in between 6 and 7, we have 6.5. You also learned that you could find the average of both. So you would add them together. So 6 plus 7 equals 13. You divide by 2 because you added 2 numbers. And 13 divided by 2 is also 6.5. So there's 2 different ways you can find the median. Now let's review mean. When you think of mean, you can think of mean makes me do a lot of work, so it's very mean. I don't know, kind of silly. So on mean, you have 2 different steps that are very, very important. The very first thing you have to do is when you look at your data set is add them all together. So in this scenario, I would add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. All together, I get 24. Now you have to count how many numbers were in your data set. So here, if I count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 numbers. So I'm going to divide 24 divided by 6 equals 4. So my average or my mean is 4. Sometimes your answer will have a decimal, and that's also okay. So in this scenario, it just worked out perfectly. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. So add your numbers first, count how many numbers you have, and then divide by the total by how many numbers there are. Now, when we look at our last one, which is range, it is also very important that your numbers are in order from least to greatest. So if I look at my data set, 6, 8, 16, 4, 8, and 26, this is not in order. So I would first put my numbers in order. So I have a 4, have 4, and I would scratch it off so I don't repeat it. Then I would have a 6. I have 2 number 8s. It's very important that you rewrite your numbers so you don't make any mistakes. Okay, now that we wrote my numbers, you can easily find your smallest number is 4 and your largest number is 26. So all you have to do is subtract the two numbers, and 26 minus 4 is 22. So to find the range, subtract your smallest from your largest, and that will give you your answer. Now you're going to need your piece of paper or your math notebook, and I would like you to copy this set of numbers: 3, 2, 5, 4, 1, 5, and 8. After you copy the numbers, I want you to pause this video, and I want you to find the mode, mean, median, and range for this set of numbers. Once you have found the mode, mean, median, and range for this set of numbers, please click play again so you can check your answers. Okay, let's see how you did. So the very first thing is you should have put your numbers in order from least to greatest. So looking at your original set of numbers, they were not in order. So the very first thing you should have done is place them in order. Now that I have them in order, now I can easily find my mode. So I can see that number 5 repeated twice. So that is the mode, the number that repeats the most. Now I'm going to look for my median. If you did not put your numbers in order from least to greatest, you can easily make a mistake because the number would not be the same. So I eliminate from left to right, and number 4 is exactly in the middle. So number 4 is my median. Now looking at my mean, I need to see all my numbers again. So for mean, remember mean is mean because it makes you do a lot of work. Your first step is you have to add all the numbers together. So when I added all the numbers together, I have 28 as my sum. Now I need to count how many numbers are on the list. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 numbers. So I'm going to do 28 divided by 7, and my answer is 4. Now the last thing I'm going to do is find the range. The range is my smallest number from my biggest number. So these are in order. So my largest number is 8. My smallest number is 1. So 8 minus 1 is 7, and 7 is my range. So check your answers and see how well you did. Now let's go on to our second problem. You're going to find the mode, median, mean, and range for this set of numbers. So go ahead and copy the set of numbers and then pause the video. And when you are ready to check your answers, click play again. Okay, now let's check your answers. So let's look at our set of numbers. So hopefully you remember to arrange your numbers in order from least to greatest. So looking at my first set again, these set of numbers were not in order from least to greatest. So hopefully you rearrange them. And looking at the set of numbers, I can see the number 1 repeated twice, and number 7 also repeated twice. So this set of numbers had two modes, 1 and 7. Now to find the median, we're going to cross off smallest and largest. So 1, 12, 1, 11, 2, 10, 6, 8. Now, in this scenario, we have two sevens right in the middle, so 7 is going to be my median. Now, for mean, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add all these numbers together. So when I added all the numbers together, the sum was 78. Now, if I count all my numbers in this list, I have 12 numbers. So 78 divided by 12 is 6.5. So 6.5 is my mean, and it's okay to have a decimal. Now, when I'm looking for my range, I can circle my largest number, which is 13, and my smallest is 0. So I find the difference. 13 minus 0 equals 13. So 13 is the range. At this time, you are going to take a picture of your paper or of your notebook, and you're going to upload these two problems either to your Seesaw or Google Classroom. And after you upload your work, you are also going to complete the exit ticket that is in Google Classroom. If you need additional review before you start your exit ticket, there is also 2 videos on this lesson that you can rewatch to help you refresh your memory on what our mode, median, mean, and range are.